Hey, what's up, everybody? Do we have a copper supply problem? Is there a copper shortage? We're going to discuss that in this video. But before I do, I am not trying to convince anybody to buy copper. Copper typically is not a very good investment in the terms of bullion. There's very high premiums on copper. When buying precious metals, the best way to buy in the terms of premiums, there's usually less premiums when you buy 1 ounce of gold. There's a little bit higher premiums when you buy silver, and there's extremely high premiums when you buy copper in the terms of bullion, rounds like this, bars like this. You know, from time to time, there is some collectible copper pieces like Provident Metals. Before they were owned by JM Bullion, Provident Metals every now and then came out with collectible silver and copper rounds. So like this here was the World of Dragons. Very good for a flip. These sold really good. These cost me about $1.50, $2 a piece at the time. And then you were able to flip these, at least the first in the series, for about $20 a piece. So from time to time, there will be collectible pieces out there that are very high demand. But just for copper bullion in general, usually not worth it. Now, I do like to buy copper bullion from time to time just for fun. These are just fun pieces. This is a walking Liberty design. It's just a fun piece. It's not something that you're going to be able to make money on. In fact, typically you are more than likely going to lose money when buying copper in the form of rounds and bars and stuff like that. So when I buy copper, I like to buy the Lincoln cents and just hoard them, and then one day they will probably eliminate the penny. Then it will be legal to melt. And if you can't melt them, if you don't want to melt them, or if you can't profit off of them, then they're always worth a penny. However, the reason why I'm making this video is because I wanted to buy a few copper pieces. I wanted to buy a 1 pound copper bar, and there's none to be found. You know, there's a couple on the secondary market, there's a couple on eBay, but none of the online dealers have copper, or a very limited supply of copper. And we're gonna go look at that right now. We're gonna go over to the computer and we're gonna go look and see how much copper is out there. So I wanted to get to the bottom of why there is so few copper pieces. All right, so what we are looking at right now is APMEX. We're starting with APMEX, and what I have chosen, because they don't have a 1 pound option, and that's what I wanted to purchase, was 1 pound of copper. But I did select other 100 ounce, 10 ounce, 5 ounce. We can also select 2 ounce, whatever the case may be. But as you can see, most of their copper is Alert Me. So not very much inventory. Now, if you select 1 ounce, they do have a select variety of 1 ounce, but a lot of them as well is Remind Me. They do have some, but not a whole lot. A lot of it is Remind Me. All right, so then I went to Provident Metals. Provident Metals, all of their bars are out of stock. It all has Notify Me. So that is the Provident bars, right? And then I went to go look at copper rounds. Copper rounds are a lot of the same. Now, there is a lot more options with copper rounds. There is a select few available, but then as you go scrolling down, then a lot of their copper rounds also has Notify Me. So there's a lot more copper rounds that are not available than there is available. Now, one thing that I did see pretty cool on Provident Metals is this Bitcoin copper round, and I am thinking actually about picking a couple of these up. Again, not to really make money on, just because I think it's cool and it's not very expensive, and they do have a limited mintage of 100,000. So is there a possibility that these could become a collectible? Yeah, there is a small possibility that these could become a collectible. So I might actually pick up a tube
of these copper rounds. But again, keep in mind, these are extremely high premiums since copper right now is just over $3 a pound, and 1 ounce of copper is going to cost you $2.50 a piece, or if you bought a tube, you can say $2.29 a piece if you pay check. So then I went to Monument Metals and I actually called Jonathan at Monument Metals. Salve Metal has done a couple of interviews with Jonathan from Monument Metals. He always, every time I call him, answers all my questions. He seems like a very nice guy and very willing to answer questions and work with you. So I called Jonathan over there at Monument Metals and I asked him, I said, what is up with copper? Why is there little to no copper available from most of the online dealers, including Monument Metals, is out of stock of pretty much everything? And this was his answer. There is not a copper shortage. However, there is a copper supply problem to a certain degree because most of the mints who produce copper bullion also produce silver and gold. And with the very high demand right now in the terms of gold and silver bullion, these mints are making a lot more money right now producing silver and gold with the higher demand ever since the pandemic started. For the time being, they are not producing the copper. So there is a copper supply problem because the mints are just not producing it, not because they can't get the copper or because there's a copper shortage, but because they just chose to lay off of producing copper bullion because they're making much more money currently off of silver and off of gold.
All right, so let me know what you thought of the video. I just wanted to clear that up. So it's not a copper shortage. It's that the mints, the companies that mint silver, gold, and they also mint copper, they just can't make as much money right now off of copper as they can off of silver and gold. Silver and gold right now is that hedge against inflation. It's that ultimate protector of wealth. Gold more so than silver, but people right now are getting more into silver and gold, and the mints realized that they can no longer they can't make as much money off of the copper, so they just decided to, for right now, not produce as much copper bullion as silver and gold bullion. So thanks to Jonathan from Monument Metals for clearing that up. I appreciate it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the video. And I will talk to everybody, as always, on my next video. Thanks a lot, everyone.